Hi there, this is Lee, and you're listening to Inner Christianity, today featuring dramatic lighting. And we're going to continue reading Meister Eckhart's Sermon 8. For the now, in which God made the first man, and the now in which the last man shall cease to be, and the now I speak in, all are the same in God, and there is but one now. Observe, this man dwells in one light with God, having no suffering and no sequence of time, but one equal eternity. This man is bereft of wonderment, and all things in him are in their essence. Therefore, nothing new comes to him from future things, nor any accident, for he dwells in the now, ever new and without intermission. Such is the divine sovereignty dwelling in this power. There is another power, immaterial too, flowing from the Spirit, remaining in the Spirit, altogether spiritual. In this power, God is fiery, aglow with all his riches, with all his sweetness and all his bliss. Truly, in this power there is such great joy, such vast, unmeasured bliss, that none can tell of it or reveal it fully. Yet I declare that if ever there were a single man who, in intellectual vision and in truth, should glimpse for a moment the bliss and joy therein, then all his sufferings and all God intended that he should suffer would be a trifle, a mere nothing to him. In fact, I declare it would be pure joy and comfort to him. The reading ends here. I think by now we're accustomed to the complexities and sophistication of Meister Eckhart's presentations. Yet this one is even stranger than many. And that's because once again he talks of a place where bliss and joy are so great that suffering is entirely transcended. And this has got to be a very mysterious place for the human being, as we usually are, because it seems unimaginable. And yet, Eckhart speaks of this place with assurance and confidence. And I think, having plumbed the depths of some of his sermons, we can have confidence in him and trust him on this. And having done that, now we search for a place that makes some kind of sense to us, where suffering is truly transcended. A place where suffering is not suffering, but is instead joy. And what he is proposing here is a kind of transubstantiation of substance within inner being, a change within us in the very molecules themselves, the way that they align with experience, the attitude they have, the angle at which they meet the world. We are searching for a place where all of our molecules and atoms and cells and everything in us, our soul, our heart, our mind, all align with God. This is a place where water changes into wine, and where water, as Meister Eckhart says, runs uphill. It is a different place than the place we generally dwell in, a place filled with grace and glory. Is there really such a place for us in this world? I am sure that there is, for I have been there, and some part of me, having visited, keeps one foot placed across that threshold, so that as I walk through the day, I carry a bit of that bliss and joy and that freedom from suffering in me, because when I am present to being, the Lord is always with me in some measure. And, as he says, the bliss and joy in that experience alone is so great that there is a place within me that cannot be touched, even though the places that can be touched are still there with it now. That's it for today. See you next time.